She signed up for the evening class out of boredom more than ambition. After long workdays, the apartment felt too quiet, and scrolling only made time louder. The class was simple, creative writing once a week, held in a small studio above a cafe. Nothing serious, no expectations, just something to break the routine. He sat 2 chairs away the first night. Quiet, observant, the kind of person who listened more than he spoke. When the instructor asked everyone to read a short paragraph they had written, she noticed how his voice changed the room. Calm, grounded, unhurried. Not dramatic, but confident in a way that didn't need approval. Her own reading felt different after that, more honest, less edited. Over the next weeks, familiarity grew naturally. Shared smiles when assignments felt awkward. Brief comments exchanged during breaks. Sitting a little closer without discussing it. Their conversation stayed light at first. Why they joined, how strange it felt to share personal thoughts with strangers. But underneath, something steady was forming. Not urgency, recognition. One evening, after class ended later than usual, rain trapped everyone inside for a few extra minutes. Most people rushed down the stairs when it slowed. They didn't. They stayed, talking quietly near the window, watching the street glisten below. He said writing helped him slow down his thoughts. She admitted it helped her feel less alone with hers. The honesty surprised them both. They walked together afterward, not far, just enough to extend the moment. The city felt softer at night, sounds muted, space opening between buildings. When they stopped at a corner, neither wanted to end the conversation. He reached for her hand without hesitation, and she let him, feeling how natural it was. The touch wasn't bold. It was certain. They didn't rush into anything after that. The class continued. So did the connection. Some evenings ended with a kiss, others with conversation that lingered longer than expected. Intimacy built through shared attention, through listening, through letting things unfold without forcing direction. What surprised her most was how the connection changed her rhythm. She moved through days with more awareness, more patience. He noticed it too, the way presence grew when nothing was rushed. The class eventually ended, but what it created didn't. They kept writing, kept talking, kept choosing each other in quiet ways. Sometimes the most meaningful changes don't arrive loudly. They slip into your routine, sit beside you, and slowly teach you a new pace. One where connection grows not from intensity, but from consistency, curiosity, and the courage to stay present. When the final session arrived, neither of them said it out loud, but both felt the same quiet resistance to ending something that had become a marker in their week. The classroom looked unchanged. Same chairs, same soft light, but it felt fuller, layered with conversations and silences they had shared there. They listened to the last readings with unusual attention, as if each word might carry a goodbye hidden inside it. After class, people lingered longer than usual, exchanging numbers, promising to keep writing. When the room finally emptied, they stayed behind to help stack chairs, moving around each other easily, familiar in the way routines make people. He asked what she planned to do now that Wednesdays were open again. She shrugged, smiling, and said she hadn't decided yet. He suggested they keep the night anyway, same time, different place. The idea felt obvious the moment he said it. They began meeting on Wednesdays without the structure of the class. Sometimes they wrote together in cafes, notebooks open but untouched for long stretches. Other times they walked, letting conversation take its own shape. The connection deepened without losing its calm. Disagreements surfaced occasionally about priorities, about pace, but they handled them the same way they handled their writing, thoughtfully, revising instead of erasing. Intimacy grew in small, intentional moments. A kiss that lingered because neither was in a hurry. Hands finding each other during long pauses. The kind of closeness that didn't interrupt life but fit into it. She noticed how safe she felt being honest around him, how she didn't feel the need to perform or soften her edges. He noticed how her presence slowed him down, made him choose words more carefully, actions more deliberately. Months later, they returned to the studio by chance. The cafe downstairs still buzzing, the stairs still narrow. The classroom door was closed. A different group inside now, voices overlapping in the same way theirs once had. They stood there for a moment, listening, then laughed softly at how something so small had shifted their lives. Not dramatically, gently, they walked away hand in hand, knowing that the class hadn't changed them by teaching anything new. It had simply given them a place to meet honestly, to practice presence, to learn a rhythm that felt right. And as long as they kept choosing that rhythm, unhurried, attentive, open, they knew what they were building would continue, sentence by sentence, week by week, written not just on paper, but into the shape of their days.